Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, and welcome to another 7 Nights video. Today we're taking a look at the global version. 2 new heroes have been released, and I will be giving you my opinion on both heroes when we start the video. But for now, I would love it if you'd leave a like, comment, and please do subscribe to my channel. I review every new hero that 7 Nights releases, and I don't just do that, I love to play games just like it on the channel all the time. I'm even planning on playing some horror games sometime in the future, so stay tuned for those. But for now, please do enjoy the video. Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, and welcome back to 7 Nights Global. It has been a while since I've been able to talk on this version of 7 Nights as well. I just got done recording a video on the Korean version of 7 Nights, and I was really happy to be back. Unfortunately, it didn't end very well on that last video, but hopefully things will be a little bit different on this game. Hopefully, anyway. Well, anyway, 2 heroes have been awakened today. I guess we can go ahead and take a look at the special one first, and then we can take a look at Aragon last. Now, Aragon, he is kind of an average hero as far as I remember him. He's supposed to be a little bit better this time, just a little bit. But what I'm truly concerned about is Taka. In the Korean version, Taka did not see much play at all. Even when he was released, very few people were even playing him. He just wasn't all that great. I mean, he had interesting perks about him that made him a fascinating hero, but he didn't have anything that really affected your team in any way. So if you just put him there, he was kind of just a body. He kind of just fought. That's kind of all he really did. He just dealt damage. And I hate to say that, but that's kind of what his character was. Now, he's a cool hero, he's a cool character in general, but his skills just made him average as, you know, a character in the game. So, okay, let's take a look.
This is the difference between you and I.
Hopefully, he's a lot better here. So, alright, let's take a look at his passive. Hawk's Talons. If the damage received is higher than his current HP, he survives with 1 HP 1 time, becomes immune to cooldown increasing, and increases critical damage by 100%. I mean, that's strong, but, well, he does have that one thing that a lot of heroes in the special hero list have, where they survive lethal damage. But without a void shield, he's pretty much useless. He's going to die very quickly. I mean, you can give him the ring, but even with the ring, I imagine he probably won't be that useful. But let's take a look at his other abilities first, before I make my final judgment. You know what, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, so I'm just going to leave that be. But what this does is he inflicts 600% physical damage on 1 enemy 2 times, ignores the enemy's defense, and applies critical hit. Additionally, piercing will take effect. That is actually not that bad, and from what I remember, on the Korean version, he did something similar to that. If not, it may have been just a little bit more damage. Yeah, he had a very similar ability, but it's been way too long since I've ever seen him in play. The last time I saw him was once, and that was like 2 months ago in the arena. And that guy, he wasn't very good when I fought him. His team was kind of weird and all over the place, and I think he just kind of threw that together. Or just to fight in the arena for a little bit. That might not even be his main account for all I know. But this, paired with his passive ability, the fact that his critical damage is increased so high, means it's going to hit really, really hard, but since his passive is the way it is, it's likely to not even happen. Wind Cutter inflicts 100% physical damage on all enemies, ignores the enemy's defense, and applies critical hit. Increases the damage by 200% each time an enemy dies. So that's actually not bad. Resets cooldown of that ability I do not feel like pronouncing. So that is all good. All these abilities are really, really good. They synergize well with each other so far, but that passive, man. Aether Wind, hopefully I said that correctly, inflicts 1500 physical damage on 1 enemy, ignores the enemy's defense, and critical hit is applied, meaning this will hit very, very hard. Additionally, piercing will take effect, decreases the target's charge, awakening gauge by 50%. So, yeah, that doesn't even matter because they're going to be dead. Funny thing about this, though, is he just doesn't have a void shield. I mean, his power level is pretty high if he did have a void shield, but the fact that he doesn't have one makes his original really high power level, if he did have one, go all the way down to pretty much 0. Because he just doesn't have enough HP and defense to live. Let's talk about raids, though. Raids in general. Castle Rush, boss raid. I think he'd work pretty okay. If you've given him the ring, I think he would work pretty decently. But in arena, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He will die in arena very fast. So, okay, let's take a look at Aragon, who is actually, in my opinion, a pretty good hero, if I can remember.
The blessing of light shines upon us.
Now, of course, he didn't see much play at all because, well, he's a normal hero, but he wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad from my memory. Veteran Savvy. For one hit, the damage received will not exceed 30% of his max HP. Decreases cooldown by 10 seconds for all allies for each basic attack. This effect is also applied to counterattacks and speed attacks. Protects all allies from damage reflection in guild raid mode. Decreases fixed damage by 30% for all allies. That's actually not that bad. But let's take a look at his first active ability. Gigaton Motor inflicts 250% physical damage on 3 enemies. Additionally, piercing will take effect. Decreases the target's awakening gauge by 30%. Now, there is something about this ability that's a little off, and that's the fact that it's an AoE and it decreases target's awakening gauge by 30%. It's just that much that makes it sound a little more like an arena skill rather than something you'd bring into Castle Rush. Guild Raid rather. I'm just not too sure about that. But be that as it may, let's take a look at his awakening skill first before we make any final judgment. Consecrated Fire inflicts 400% physical damage on all enemies. Increased damage by 50% for each empty enemy slot. Includes fallen enemies. Guild Raid mode option increases damage for one target attacks for all allies by 75% for 6 turns. Now, his AoE abilities are a little confusing because, well, they're AoEs and you're bringing him into a guild raid mode, and his passive ability for his awakening skill is increasing single target damage when his abilities are all AoE abilities. They're all AoE. So his awakening skill will not really do much with him. But he definitely makes a pretty solid support, and I can actually see him paired up with Taka to be a pretty good team in guild raids. But let's take a look at his animations first. Awesome.
Crush them!
Awesome, but look at this though. So cool.
Open fire! Victory is upon us!
Oh man, I know they're just gunships, but it just looks so cool. It just looks so cool. Oh man, I just love the artwork. Maybe it's just me, but man, that artwork is just so cool. I really like it. All right, where is there he is.
This is the difference between you and I.
Funny thing about Taka too is he actually looks really cool. Like, he looks awesome. Like, really awesome. But he's just not that good. His animations just look epic.
I will let you rest in peace.
Man. It's a shame too, because I love his animations.
I'll end your life. Without
Man, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
Listen. To the wind.
Man, that's cool. This guy is a really cool hero. Like, his character in general is awesome. But the in-game hero, like his hero in the game, his abilities, his passives, they're just not that great. It's not that his skills are bad, please understand that. His skills are great. They can do so much damage, so much. And especially on single targets, he will just lay waste to pretty much anybody. It's just the fact that you can't really use him without that ring. You can't really use him without it. You need that ring that gives him a void shield, or else he is just going to get blown away by pretty much everything. If you bring him in raid without the rings, let's say you go into boss raids, bring him in there, he's gonna die very quickly. You bring him into guild raid, the mode I'm actually recommending you bring him in with the ring though, but if you bring him in without it, he's going to die not as fast, but he is still going to die relatively quickly regardless. I want to like Taka. Aragon seems to be pretty okay though, I'll be honest with you. He's not fantastic, of course he is a regular hero, but he's okay. He's alright. You could bring him into guild raids and it'll actually be pretty helpful. But Taka, I'm afraid he's probably just going to have the same fate as the original Taka. He's just not going to see much play at all. You know, I got 11 packs. I guess we could go ahead and try to get Taka. Maybe we'll get him. Maybe we won't. Truth is, I don't really care whether we do or don't because I just don't really want him. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. That's just fine. Well, anyways, that is all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be uploading more 7 Nights videos in the future, so stay tuned for those. But until then, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.